Alright, Mr. Blue Nemesis Corvette over there. I'm going to do a little review and comparison of two intakes. On one side, we got the intake I'm taking off, which is a Pro Comp high-rise intake with the air gap. It's rated for 1500 RPMs to 6500 RPMs. The one we're replacing it with is your Holley. Let's see if I can get it in here. Holley Script Dominator, which is a high-rise air gap intake with a single plane instead of the dual plane, and it is rated for 4 grand to 7600 RPMs. Big difference in the both. This one performs pretty well on a street script car. This one performs well at the track. Can't beat it. Some guys extend the runners and give it an extra hearsay of 30 extra horsepower. This one right here comes out pretty close. I'm satisfied with that. I'm running a twin turbo boost system, and it's not really gonna affect me that much. This is the carburetor that goes back on it. This is a blow through carburetor setup, angular boosters, pretty nice carburetor. All said and done, it's worth $1,000. I spent $850 for a little upgrade. Yep, get your crank trigger going back on there, and everything else is going back on the car. Same setup. Upgrading the intake is going to add to this particular application around like 50 horsepower, because my cam is a turbo cam set up for a higher RPM, and you always want to match your cams with your intakes. They're supposed to be in sync, and obviously everything that goes in that equation, lifters, springs, and so on and so forth, should be adequately matched to your setup. So for this one, the Holley, there's big noticeable differences in the insides. There's a size difference. You can see here a noticeable size difference. They're both slanted to the front, you know, for the way the motor sits. Or it's probably like a ½ inch. When it's sitting on the block, it'll probably be closer to an inch. Now on the table. The other thing is, this is full race. There's no vacuum ports as this one have, which with my turbo setup, I won't have much vacuum on the throttle, but on the intake of the turbo I have plenty of vacuum. I just gotta regulate it. So now I'm gonna get to the swapping.